The 7 Laws of Wisdom. These genius minds will change your life. Ancient philosophy. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Inner Stillness. I'm so happy to see you again in today's video, where we will explore the ancient philosophies of great intellectuals together. These ideas are not just old sayings, but living truths that still hold value and can change our lives even today. Have you ever wondered why the teachings of ancient philosophers like Aristotle, Seneca, or Socrates still have such a powerful influence on the modern world? Why do we keep coming back to these thoughts? Even though we live in a completely different society, the answer is because the profound principles they left behind not only reflect a true perspective on life, but also open a path that leads us to freedom, happiness, and enduring wisdom. In today's video, we will delve into the 7 Laws of Wisdom, principles that have been tested over thousands of years and will help you change the way you view yourself and the world around you. These laws are not abstract or difficult to apply. On the contrary, they are very practical and easy to integrate into your daily life. Because when we understand and practice these laws, we will not only become wiser, but will also live a more meaningful and fulfilling life. From Aristotle's philosophy of the golden mean to Seneca's teachings on inner peace in times of hardship, all these great philosophers have left us important keys to facing life's challenges. Today, I will share these principles with you in a way that is very accessible and easy to understand, so you can apply them to your own life. So, find a quiet, comfortable space and allow your mind to relax, because we will not only explore these laws in theory, but also discover practical ways to transform our lives. Let's begin our journey in search of wisdom right now, and I am sure these principles will change your life forever. Let's get started. Let me know if you need further revisions or adjustments. 1. Expand your vision. The universe is vast, and nothing describes the truth more accurately than the fact that the world out there goes far beyond anything you can see in your daily life. The first law of wisdom is a simple yet powerful reminder: expand your vision. Seneca, one of the famous Stoic philosophers, once said, "Look up at the stars shining in the sky. No star remains still." This quote carries deep meaning. True maturity and wisdom can only occur when you continuously move, change, and step out of your comfort zone. Personal growth begins when you dare to step beyond the limits you've set for yourself or the patterns that society or family has shaped for you. Over the years, I've met many people, and I've been one of them, living within a confined space, not because they lacked ability, but because they didn't dare to look beyond the small box they had created for themselves. We often fall into the trap of comfort, where we believe that everything is fine as long as it stays stable, without the need for change, but that only creates stagnation and limits our creativity and growth potential. Think about yourself for a moment. Do you sometimes feel stuck in your daily routines? Do you ever feel that your life is repetitive, with nothing new or exciting? That feeling comes from only looking at a very small part of this world and continually revolving around it, without daring to expand your vision. I remember a time when I was living in a small area, surrounded only by my friends and my work. I was afraid of change, afraid to step outside my comfort zone. But one day, I decided to change. I began traveling, meeting new people, exploring different cultures. That was an important decision because when I opened myself up to the world beyond, I didn't just change my surroundings, I also changed my perspective on life. Every trip, every new encounter helped me realize that this world has no limits. And true growth only happens when you dare to step outside your own box. That change wasn't just about going to new places, it was about changing my mindset. You can't just change the scenery and keep the same old way of thinking. That's the trap many people fall into. When you expose yourself to new experiences, you'll realize that the potential within you is far from fully explored. That's how you expand your vision and develop your intellect. Think about Diogenes, a famous philosopher of the Cynic school. Diogenes was known for living in a barrel and rejecting all forms of luxury, power, or status. He didn't just live simply. He constantly challenged the societal norms of his time. Diogenes wasn't searching for wealth or glory. He was searching for truth and freedom in life. His extreme way of living might not be a choice we can all apply directly, But the way he challenged societal values and rejected conventional living conditions is a lesson in expanding one's vision. He dared to look beyond and accept the unknown, and that led him to true freedom. Another story about expanding vision that I want to share is about Christopher Columbus. He was one of the first to realize that the Earth is not flat and decided to sail across the ocean to discover a new world. Despite being doubted and disbelieved by many, he never stopped pursuing his belief. When Columbus set foot in the Americas, it wasn't just a geographical discovery, it was a confirmation that the courage to expand your vision and embrace the unknown can change the world. Similarly, in your life, when you dare to expand your vision, you not only find new opportunities, but also open up possibilities you never imagined. Expanding your vision isn't just about traveling or changing jobs. It's a process of changing your mindset. Ask yourself, are you ready to see a bigger world? Are you willing to step out of your comfort zone to explore new things? This is the path that the ancient philosophers pointed out for us. When you expand your vision, you will discover infinite potential within yourself. And it's these discoveries that will be the first step toward a wiser, fuller, and more complete life. 2. False gold, the illusion of wealth. The second law warns us about one of the greatest illusions that modern society continues to nurture: the link between self-worth and material wealth, particularly money. We all know the familiar saying, money can't buy happiness. But in reality, money not only can't buy happiness, it can't buy wisdom either, a thing that truly cannot be exchanged for material goods. Epicurus, a famous Greek philosopher, once said simply yet profoundly, "If a little is not enough for you, nothing will be enough." He wanted to emphasize that greed and wealth are temporary. They may bring temporary comfort, but they cannot bring the lasting wisdom or fulfillment that we truly need. We live in a world where success is often measured by the amount of money you have in your bank account, the car you drive, or the house you own. But the truth is, not everyone who has a lot of money lives a full and wise life. Wisdom doesn't come from accumulating wealth or luxury goods. In fact, wisdom comes from life experiences, from a deep understanding of what truly matters, and from how we live with ourselves and with the world around us. Think about the most successful people you know. Surely, they may have achieved great financial success, but can they buy wisdom? They might be able to purchase courses, books, or seek advice from experts. But true wisdom, the kind that changes how we face adversity, the kind that helps us understand ourselves and the world better, cannot be bought with money. A great example of this is Steve Jobs, the founder of Apple, who had everything money could buy: a mansion, a luxury car, and enormous wealth. But if you listen to Jobs' speeches, you'll see that he never focused on money. Instead, he always emphasized passion, creativity, and simplicity in life. Jobs once said, "Creativity is just connecting things that others don't see. And you can't connect the dots unless you look forward and pursue your passion." For Jobs, the true goal was not money, it was creativity, innovation, and finding ways to live a more meaningful life. In an interview, he said, "Death is the best invention of life. It's life's change agent. It clears out the old to make way for the new. Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life." What he created wasn't just a tech empire, but an ecosystem where users were not only connected to technology, but also to endless creativity. Why money can't buy wisdom? You might wonder, why can't money buy wisdom? Even though it can help us achieve so many things in life? The answer lies in the nature of wisdom. Wisdom is not something you can buy in a store. It is the result of life's lessons, from difficulties, challenges, and from moments when we find ourselves. No one can learn patience or compassion simply by buying books or attending expensive courses. These qualities can only be developed over time, through real-life experiences. Imagine you are standing at a crossroads in life. You can choose the easy path, filled with wealth but lacking challenges. Or you can take the harder road, with struggles and obstacles. You might become wealthy if you choose the easy path. But will you become wise? Wisdom requires learning from failure, enduring suffering, and constantly seeking deeper meaning in life. That is why money can't buy wisdom, false gold, and life stakes. An interesting story I want to share is about King Midas, a character in Greek mythology who wished that everything he touched would turn to gold. At first, he was happy because he could turn everything into gold, but after a short time, he realized that his wish was a curse. Midas could not eat, he could not embrace his daughter, and he eventually realized that there are things in life that are more valuable than gold: love, health, and contentment. The story of Midas is a powerful reminder not to measure our self-worth by material possessions and that gold, although shiny and valuable, cannot bring true happiness or wisdom. In conclusion, equating money with success and wisdom is merely an illusion. Greed and the pursuit of material wealth may bring temporary comfort, but they never lead to lasting fulfillment. True wisdom comes from life experiences, from understanding what truly matters in life, and from learning through the challenges we face. Don't let false gold deceive you. Seek wisdom in the simple and practical things. 3. Know what you can control. This third law comes from one of the greatest Stoic philosophers of all time, Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor, who was not only famous for his power, but also for his remarkable self-control in life. He said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." This is a profound and liberating thought, a reminder that true freedom does not come from controlling everything around us, but from the ability to control our own thoughts and emotions. Most of the anxiety in our modern lives comes from our attempts to control things that, in reality, we cannot control, such as the actions of others, global events, or what will happen in the future. This only increases stress and insecurity, because these factors cannot be controlled by one individual's effort. However, what we can control is how we react to the situations and events around us. Controlling the mind, the path to inner peace. Think about a difficult time in your life, a situation that was beyond your control. Perhaps it was a breakup, a failure at work, or an unexpected accident. Such events are beyond our control. They happen for reasons we cannot predict, and we cannot change them. However, what is important is that, even in those circumstances, you still have the power to decide how you respond. I remember a time when I lost a job that I really loved. It was a position that I had dedicated a lot of time, effort, and passion to, but in the end, I had to leave because of circumstances beyond my control. At first, I felt lost, disappointed, and very anxious about the future. But one day, I realized that I could not change the event. It had happened, and it could not be undone. The only thing I could control was how I reacted to the situation. I could choose to stay sad and blame myself, or I could accept this failure as a challenge and find a way to learn from it. In the end, I chose the second option, to accept and learn. I began to view failure not as the end, but as an opportunity to improve myself. I started dedicating time to developing new skills and searching for other opportunities. Thanks to this response, not only did I overcome that difficult time, but I also grew and became stronger. Accepting what you cannot change. This law is not just about controlling your mind, but also about learning to accept what you cannot change. In life, there are many things beyond our control: the decisions of others, the economy, societal changes, or global events. But instead of wasting time and energy trying to control things that cannot be changed, what is important is that we focus on what we can control. For example, during the COVID-19 pandemic, many people felt anxious, helpless, and confused when they couldn't control its progression. However, rather than letting these uncontrollable events disrupt their lives, they could choose to control their response, for instance, by maintaining exercise habits to stay healthy, spending time with family and friends, or learning new skills through online courses. We cannot change the circumstances, but we can change how we live in those circumstances. Another example is Nelson Mandela, who spent 27 years in prison but remained steadfast, not allowing the uncontrollable circumstances to weaken his faith. Throughout his time in prison, he learned how to control his thoughts, maintain his spirit, and hold on to his belief in justice. Ultimately, when he was released, he not only forgave those who had imprisoned him, but also became the president of South Africa, leading the country toward peace and reconciliation. Mandela couldn't control being imprisoned, but he completely controlled how he responded and held on to his belief in a better future. Freedom comes from controlling yourself. True freedom does not come from controlling the external world, but from controlling your own mind and emotions. Marcus Aurelius, in his writings, taught that we must keep our minds steady in the face of all events and challenges, because only when we master ourselves can we experience true freedom. When you realize that your thoughts and emotions are the only things you can truly control, you will feel an immense sense of freedom. The key to this freedom is the ability to accept what you cannot change, while persistently working to change what you can. That is one of the core principles of Stoic philosophy. You cannot stop the rain from falling, but you can choose to wear a raincoat so you don't get wet. You cannot stop the heat of the sun, but you can seek shade or drink water to cool down. In conclusion, wisdom is not about trying to control everything around you, but about recognizing and accepting that there are things beyond your control. Controlling your mind and emotions is the only thing you can truly do, and from that comes true freedom and wisdom. When you understand that your reaction is the only thing you can change, you will find peace in every situation, no matter how difficult it may be. 4. Kindness matters. The next law of wisdom may be one of the most profound and humane principles. Kindness matters. It is a reminder that true strength does not come from dominating others, winning every argument, or controlling those around us, but from the ability to understand and treat others with compassion. Cato the Younger, a great Stoic philosopher, once said, "I begin to speak only when I am sure that what I will say is better than keeping silent." A simple yet profound statement, because it emphasizes that in a world full of noise and arguments, sometimes silence and understanding are wiser choices than speaking. In today's society, especially with social media amplifying debates and negativity, the ability to remain silent and think carefully before acting is a truly valuable virtue. Kindness is not just good deeds, but understanding. Kindness is not simply about good actions or pleasant words. It truly stems from a deep attitude toward others, an understanding from the heart. In fact, true kindness is the ability to feel and share emotions with those around us, even when they do not treat us well, or even toward those who may not deserve kindness. In society, we will undoubtedly encounter people with negative behaviors, even toxic ones, those who may not treat us well or may even act hostile. Often, our immediate reaction is anger, and a silent battle may ensue, making everyone feel worse. However, wise individuals understand that responding with anger only fuels the flames of anger. Instead, kindness is a way to break this cycle, bringing peace and resolving conflicts more effectively. The example of Mahatma Gandhi's kindness. A prime example of kindness and the strength found in understanding is Mahatma Gandhi, who used nonviolence and kindness to fight for the freedom and rights of the people of India. Gandhi not only faced hostility but also endured brutal mistreatment from the British authorities. However, he chose the path of nonviolence, using compassion and patience to deal with the hatred he faced. Gandhi believed that violence could never bring true change. Only kindness, patience, and deep understanding could create lasting and real transformation. One of his famous sayings is, "You must be the change you wish to see in the world." This statement is not just a powerful message about self-transformation, but also about the power of kindness, that the way we treat others will determine the changes we wish to see in society. When Gandhi was imprisoned, beaten, and faced unimaginable challenges, he still persisted in his belief in the path of kindness. His ability to remain calm and compassionate, even when attacked with hostility, changed history. Gandhi's kindness not only helped him overcome adversity, but also became a source of inspiration for millions of people worldwide. Kindness is a powerful weapon. Kindness can be a more powerful weapon than anything else. If you look at conflicts throughout history, you'll notice that brutal wars never result in truly positive outcomes. However, people like Gandhi, Martin Luther King Jr., and Nelson Mandela have shown that it is kindness and understanding that hold the key to resolving great conflicts. A small but significant story is when Nelson Mandela was released from prison. Instead of seeking revenge on those who had kept him in jail, he extended his arms in forgiveness. He understood that to build a new, free, and just South Africa, there could be no room for hatred. His forgiveness and kindness were invaluable lessons on how wisdom does not lie in seeking power or control, but in nurturing understanding and compassion. Kindness towards difficult people. Sometimes, true kindness is tested when faced with difficult, even hostile people. However, the reality is that we cannot change others. We can only change how we respond. Responding to hostility with love and healing wounds from negative actions is not easy, but it is the path to inner peace. The story of a friend of mine is a perfect example. He worked in a very tense office environment, where there were many unfair and even hostile people. At first, he always felt frustrated and angry with these individuals. However, he decided to change his attitude. Every time someone acted negatively, he would smile and remain calm instead of reacting. Gradually, he realized that he was the one who felt lighter and more comfortable, while others could no longer affect his mood. In conclusion, kindness is not just a good deed but a great strength. It not only soothes conflicts but also helps us maintain inner peace during difficult times. True wisdom lies in the ability to treat others with kindness, even in the face of adversity. 5. Cherish true friendship. Friendship is one of life's greatest gifts. It is not just an ordinary social relationship, but a deep connection that helps us feel joy, comfort, and love during the most difficult times. True friendship is not only about sharing happy moments, but also about walking together through challenges, being there when everything seems hopeless. As Cicero once said, friendship increases happiness and diminishes misery by the doubling of our joy and the sharing of our grief. This is a wonderful truth, because when we have true friends, they are not just the ones who accompany us in good times, but are also the ones who are ready to share the burdens when life tests us. What is true friendship? True friendship is not always easy. It requires a deep level of trust and sincere sharing, sometimes involving parts of ourselves that we would rather keep hidden. A genuine friend is someone who is ready to listen to you, even when you feel insecure, weak, or imperfect. Conversely, true friendship is a relationship built on mutual giving and receiving, not exploitation or simply taking. One of the greatest philosophers in history, Aristotle, emphasized the importance of friendship in creating a happy and meaningful life. He believed that friendship is one of the essential elements of a good life. According to Aristotle, there are 3 types of friendship. A friendship for utility. This type of friendship is based on common benefits, such as work, money, or personal goals. A friendship for pleasure. This friendship is built on shared interests and enjoying pleasant moments together. A friendship for virtue. This is the deepest form of friendship, based on respect, understanding, and sincere love between 2 people. True friendship, according to Aristotle, is a relationship that springs from respect and virtue. And this is the kind of friendship that can endure and bring real happiness. Sharing the most embarrassing parts of ourselves. In real life, I have realized that true friendship requires the ease of opening up. To cherish a sincere friendship, you must be willing to share the most embarrassing parts of yourself, things you would normally keep hidden. This not only requires courage, but also absolute trust in your friend. You must trust that your friends will not judge you, but will support and understand you. I remember a time when I faced a major personal challenge that I found very difficult to share. However, when I decided to open up to a close friend, the support and understanding I received from them made me feel much lighter. This friend not only helped me find a solution, but also shared their own stories, helping me realize that friendship is not about perfection, but about empathy and support during tough times. True friends are always there for you. One of the most important lessons I have learned about friendship is that true friends are those who are there not just when life is easy. They are the ones who are willing to face difficulties, challenges, and pain with you. This does not mean they can always solve your problems, but they will always be there to listen and help you find the strength to overcome any obstacle. A vivid example is the relationship between Stoic philosophers like Seneca and Lucilius. Despite living in challenging times, they maintained their friendship and supported each other through both mental and physical hardships. Lucilius, Seneca's close friend, frequently received valuable lessons from Seneca, not just about philosophy, but also about living a life of integrity and worth. This relationship is a testament to the existence of true friendship, where friends not only accompany each other during prosperous times, but also face trials and hardships together. Friendship is a special relationship. True friendship has a magical power. It can help us get through the toughest times in life. True friends are the ones who help you become the best version of yourself, the ones who will stand by you when you need them the most, without any conditions or demands. In a world full of instability and change, true friends are a crucial part of maintaining personal stability and happiness. We also need to remember that friendship is not easy. It requires time, investment, and commitment. To build a sincere friendship, you must be willing to give and expect nothing in return except respect and understanding. In conclusion, true friendship is a vital part of life, bringing us joy, comfort, and helping to ease our hardships. A genuine friend is someone you can trust to share your embarrassing moments, your pains, and even things you don't want to reveal to anyone else. True friendship not only brings joy and happy moments, but also helps us overcome challenges, share sorrow, and enrich our lives. These true friends will be there for you throughout your life, accompanying you on every journey. 6. Clear mind, the power of purity. We've all heard that a clear mind is an important factor in achieving wisdom and success in life. The sixth law we will discuss today relates to keeping our minds sharp and clear. Pythagoras, one of the greatest philosophers of the ancient world, taught that the power of the mind lies in purity. This means that to achieve true wisdom, we must keep our thoughts from being clouded by external factors, particularly stimulants like alcohol or drugs. To have a clear mind, we need to keep it clean and untainted by things that numb our ability to think clearly. The power of purity. The purity of the mind is key to understanding ourselves and the world around us. In a world filled with temptations, ranging from technology, alcohol, cigarettes, to other stimulants, we often find ourselves drawn into actions meant to avoid emotions or temporarily forget the issues we face. But in reality, avoiding things doesn't make us stronger. Instead, it only weakens us and makes us more susceptible to falling into the trap of lack of clarity. Today, in the modern world, these temptations can come from many sources: social media, technology, and especially the convenience of alcohol and stimulants often create the illusion that we can escape mental issues or soothe unwanted emotions. However, these are only temporary solutions and never help us confront the root of the problem. The purity of the mind means that we face our emotions, difficulties, and challenges directly, instead of running away or denying them. The story of William James. A story I always think of when talking about purity and the power of a clear mind is the journey of William James, a renowned psychologist and one of the founders of modern psychology. William James wasn't always as strong and confident as people might think. Before becoming a famous scholar, he struggled for a long time with alcohol addiction. His story wasn't an easy one, but it was through confronting these temptations and overcoming them that William James developed a clearer, stronger mind than ever before. William James once wrote, "We cannot choose the circumstances of our lives, but we can choose how we respond to them." This statement reflects a profound philosophy on how humans can control their thoughts and emotions, instead of being controlled by external factors. When he overcame his addiction, James not only freed himself from dependence on stimulants, but he also developed a strong mind, which allowed him to contribute greatly to psychological theories. Discovering wisdom through purity. Maintaining a clear mind isn't just about avoiding substances. It also involves learning to manage our emotions and thoughts consciously. We need to learn to face our emotions rather than run away from them, because it's through this confrontation that we mature and gain deeper self-awareness. I remember once attending a 3-day silent meditation retreat. At first, I felt very uncomfortable, restless, as if I wanted to do something else. But after those 3 days, I realized that it was precisely the silence and the absence of any external stimulants that allowed me to truly listen to myself, uncover answers that I had previously ignored. It was a spiritual experience of purity, and I gained a much clearer understanding of myself and the world around me. True strength comes from facing challenges. True wisdom is not about avoiding difficulties, but about confronting and overcoming them with clarity and strength. A clear mind is one that isn't swayed by negative emotions or influenced by external temptations, but one that can focus on true goals and values. When we are no longer distracted by stimulants or outside distractions, we will develop a deep inner strength. A prime example is those who practice meditation, or those on the path of awakening in Buddhism. They understand that achieving peace and wisdom doesn't come from comfort, but from accepting and facing reality clearly, without being clouded by external factors. It is in those moments when we face silence that our minds can truly perceive things accurately and fully. Conclusion: to gain true wisdom, we must maintain a clear mind, free from the influence of stimulants or distractions. We need to learn how to face difficulties and emotions clearly and consciously. Only then can we develop a strong inner power capable of handling whatever challenges life presents. Figures like William James or the Stoic philosophers show us that true strength comes from keeping the mind pure and not being swept away by temporary distractions. Let purity become the foundation of clarity and wisdom in your life. 7. This life is yours. The final law in the 7 laws of wisdom is perhaps the most profound and important. This life is yours. Plato, one of the greatest philosophers of the ancient world, said, "The first and greatest victory is to conquer yourself." This is not just a reminder to seek victory in external challenges, but a powerful piece of advice about taking control of your own life. The moment you realize that your life is entirely in your hands, that no one is coming to save you, and that blaming your circumstances or others is merely an avoidance, you begin to take responsibility for your own happiness and growth. Growth through acceptance of responsibility. Surely, we have all experienced moments where we felt stuck in life, as if we couldn't escape from difficulties, failures, or undesirable situations. At times, we might try to blame others, our circumstances, or even external factors beyond our control. I've been in that situation before, feeling lost and blaming myself for not achieving the goals I had set. Instead of trying to solve the problem, I blamed my circumstances, the people around me, and all the unchangeable factors. But then one day, I realized something important. Only I can change my life. When I began to take responsibility for every decision, action, and choice in my life, I noticed a tremendous shift. No longer blaming my circumstances, I started taking action. And it was through this process that I found the strength to change, to rise, and become the person I had always wanted to be. Becoming the creator of your own destiny. This life is yours, and you are the only one who can decide how you will live. No one can give you complete happiness if you don't create it yourself. Every challenge and hardship you encounter is not something to passively endure, but an opportunity for you to learn and grow. Plato pointed out that the greatest victory is the victory over oneself, conquering yourself. When you achieve this, when you learn to take responsibility, you'll realize that you're no longer a victim of life, but the creator of your own destiny. One story I always think about is that of Nelson Mandela. He spent much of his life in prison, exiled simply for fighting for justice and equality. But what I admire most about him is his ability to accept and take responsibility for his life, even in the toughest circumstances. Throughout his time in prison, he did not blame the government or society. Instead, he sought opportunities to learn and grow with every challenging moment. In the end, it was his proactive approach and responsibility for changing himself that not only freed him but also helped liberate a nation. Don't be a victim of your circumstances. In life, we often encounter undesirable situations, failures, or hardships that can make us feel out of control. However, as Marcus Aurelius once said, you have power over your mind, not outside events. This applies to how you choose to face challenges in life. You may feel difficulty, but don't let external circumstances determine your life. There's a well-known saying I really like: never blame the circumstances. For circumstances are simply things that come to you. You are the one who decides how to respond to them. We may not be able to control the events that happen in our lives, but we absolutely can control how we respond to them. When you begin to take responsibility for your life, you are no longer a victim. You are the master of your own fate. The change starts from within. Think about the small changes you can make in your life to start taking responsibility. Begin by accepting your mistakes instead of blaming others or your circumstances. Realize that every decision, no matter how small or large, can have a huge impact on your life. When you take proactive steps to change bad habits, learn from failures, and rise after every fall, you will see yourself grow stronger and more resilient. I recall a time in my life when I felt as though I couldn't escape the cycle of failure. But when I began to take responsibility for my decisions, I started to see the path ahead. No longer blaming circumstances or others, I stepped out of my comfort zone and dared to face challenges. It was through this process that I realized that this life is truly mine, and I can create the future I want. Conclusion. This final law, "This life is yours," reminds us of the power of taking responsibility. When you realize that you are the only one who can create the life you desire, you no longer feel torn by circumstances or others. Start taking responsibility for your decisions, actions, and choices. Believe that you can change your life because this life truly is yours. The 7 laws of wisdom are not just ancient philosophies. They are practical principles that can transform the way you live today. These laws remind us that wisdom is not something we simply acquire. It is something we nurture through our actions, choices, and mindset. By expanding your vision, cherishing true friendships, practicing kindness, and taking full responsibility for your life, you can begin your own journey toward the wisdom you seek. As you reflect on these laws, ask yourself, which one resonates with you the most? Perhaps it's the idea of taking full ownership of your decisions. Or maybe it's the practice of cultivating a clear, calm mind amidst chaos. Whatever it is, I would love to hear your thoughts and reflections in the comments below. Remember, the pursuit of wisdom is a lifelong journey, and it's never too late to begin. If this video inspired you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Inner Stillness for more insights on how to live a peaceful, meaningful, and wise life. Until next time, stay calm, stay wise, and continue growing. Life is a journey. Let's walk it together with intention and clarity. Keep nurturing your wisdom, and the path will unfold before you.